Hey guys, CUTTERUP Rob here. I'm going to do a short video of why we thread frost plugs in 24 valve Cummins heads. Show you the process and the plugs that we use, the plugs that come out, what the factory setup looks like, and then how we do it on our mill, which can be done by hand, but obviously we have a mill, so we're going to do it with the mill. And here's the video. So here's a head off of a Common Rail 5.9. The VP44 engines, so 98.5 to 2002 is similar. Plugs are the same style, so they can be done as well. And then the 6.7s, they're again very similar. Plug is the same. You can do it on them as well. So what happens is if your pressure gets too high in the system, what happens is these plugs sometimes will pop out. You only seem to blow out one, obviously, because then it relieves the pressure. But so the factory one looks like this. It's just a standard frost plug, freeze plug. We put retaining compound on them when we're putting them in, if we're replacing them factory. And then what we do is you pull those ones out, and this is what we put in there. It's a 24 mil plug. So obviously if you're doing that, you're going to have to thread the plugs, or the holes I should say, so that you can put them in there, so that like they can run all the way down the head, so that way you don't turn your oil into chocolate milk and wreck bearings and cylinders and all kinds of fun stuff like that. We will go over to one I have done here already, which is the head for the video for the side draft intake that I'm working on. Now, if you look at that, you can see that I've already threaded it. It is still dirty. I haven't washed it yet because we're not finished doing everything just yet. So, like I said, those holes are originally for this plug, and then this will thread right in there. Now, the video that I'll show here momentarily is me doing it on the mill. Which makes it super fast. That's the reason that we do lots of these. I would say probably 7 out of 10 24 valve heads that we do, whether 5.9 or 6.7, get the plugs. There again, cheap insurance, so that's the reason that I like doing it. But now if you were doing it by hand, you can pop those plugs out. Head has to be off for this, being that you're gonna get a bunch of material down inside there. Like, you can see it down inside that one, all the material. Like, there's lots of material in there, so you don't want that floating around in your system. So what you can do, this isn't the right size tap, but I just wanted to show you guys. You can do it by hand, and you can just drive it by hand if you want to. Like I've done them that way, but obviously now, being that I have the equipment to do it not by hand, you're going to do it not by hand. And this is the stuff. There is a bunch of different brands, but a sleeve retainer or compound retainer, we use that stuff for all kinds of different things, but that's what we put on the plugs as well, the thread-in plugs. And it never leak, never move. You don't have to worry about any of that type of stuff. So I'll put the video clip in for me threading them. Obviously, putting them in, you just put some retaining compound in them and tighten them in there. I use a little impact gun to usually do it. They don't need to be super tight because of the retaining compound, but that's the process for doing it. not really super hard to do. Can be time consuming if you're doing it by hand, but other than that, just wanted to show you guys. I've had people ask, you know, what is involved in doing it. That's what's involved in doing it. If you find content in the videos, hit the like button. If you want to be notified when I post more, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.